Hello, I am the movie Maestro, and as you can probably tell, I have a new hat. Why? Well, because I temporarily gave away the old one to a rather special cause, but do not worry, I will get the old one back in just a few months. But enough about my awesome looks. Let us talk about a rather special film. A film that probably deserves a special reputation if it doesn't already have it, and that it's the granddaddy of all great action films. And even though many of you probably have not seen this film, I definitely encourage you to give this one a try, because this one might surprise you in how many similarities it has to many classic action films today. It's not exactly shoot-'em-up, explosion-filled action, but it's definitely got a similar plot format to what's very common in these films. And that, of course, is the subject of this review. The film is The Seven Samurai. The film was released in Japan in 1954 under the direction and writing supervision of one of the most iconic filmmakers in Japanese filming culture, Akira Kurosawa. The story centers around a small village in 16th century Japan that is constantly being raided by a group of bandits. The farmers who live there in the village are helpless against them, but feel like they must take a stand against their oppression. But they find that the only thing that can possibly defend them from such strong and powerful opponents would be samurai, and very few would be willing to work for them for an extremely small price, since all they have to offer them is rice. However, they luck out and find 7 renegade warriors trained in samurai arts in varying levels, who are willing to fight for the cause and protect the village. For such a simplistic plot, it does bear a striking resemblance to many classic action films that would come in the decades to follow. There's a certain force under threat that's helpless against it, so they find a crew of warriors to try and defend it. They all have varying viewpoints on them. Some of them are good viewpoints, some of them negative, some are not entirely within the right realms. Some of them are just there to show off, some of them are just there for a chance to do the right thing, but all of them do agree that they need each other and they work together to fight a strong force that ultimately ends up taking a great deal of strength to face, even from the most skilled. For something so simple and so basic, this is actually a very interesting movie, and in fact, in spite of the fact that it essentially is an action film, there's actually a lot of brains behind it. And the minimalism to it works pretty well as well. The sets and cinematography are nothing special at all, but they do the job perfectly. There's the fact that there's very little of an orchestral underscore, which in fact ultimately proves to not be necessary in a lot of places. So they do a very clever idea of just keeping the orchestra silent except for just a few moments when they feel like they have no choice. But what really sets this movie apart from many others, even within the realms of the director Kurosawa, is the fact that there's a large group of characters to root for, and they all are very interesting in their own ways. There's the well-trained master swordsman who seldom speaks but knows how to make an impression. There's the wise stoic elder who tries to keep things within logical realms. There's the semi-comical show-off with a tragic backstory, which is probably one of the most focused characters of the film, played by Toshiro Mifune, who would be in many of Kurosawa's films. And he surprisingly does a good job serving as what would become a sort of predecessor to the wisecracking main hero that would appear in many action movies to come. And the fact that all of them just have their own different personalities to bounce off of, it can lead to many tense moments and many uncomfortable moments, and yet they prove to be a very effective group with the way they all strategize in different fashions, and it leads to actually a pretty thrilling climax, which is made that much more strong by the fact that there are several deaths in the group, and a few of them are even a little unexpected. Not many, but some. If the film has any true problems, it may be 1 or 2 issues with pacing. Some scenes do move on a little long, others seem to move by really quickly, a couple character aspects are somewhat glanced over, but nonetheless they all work fine. Indeed, in spite of the fact that a lot of these characters' plots are generic, especially that of the youngest member of the group, who of course finds romantic interest in one of the villager's daughters, it still works very well in spite of that. And really, for what it is, it still does a very great job with what it tries to do. So, even though it's not exactly what constitutes a lot of action films made today, it has a lot of the stepping stones to what it takes to make one that's on par with that made today, at least the kinds that are done with a strange sort of intelligence. Lots of the basic roots exist here, and really, it's quite interesting seeing them brought to life in this type of way. Possibly this wasn't the first one, and I'm sure there were other films that used techniques like that for storytelling, rather like this one, but at the same time, it does bring it to a certain level that's actually kind of surprising to think it was from all the way back in the 50s and before Hollywood really caught on with the whole genre. Overall, The Seventh Samurai is a very interesting film. It's got very interesting characters, a basic but still very well constructed plot in spite of a few pacing issues. The choreography for the fight scenes is very impressive. The overall setup has a certain amount of intrigue, and it's definitely got a lot of aspects to it that set the bar high for what would later come in the action genre. If any of you are interested in where a lot of the popular story elements of such films have come by, then definitely check this one out. I think it's very worth your time. On the worth meter, I definitely give this a worth owning. And out of 5 stars, I give this a 4.5 out of 5. Thank you for your time.